Hello everyone, welcome to the first part of the chapter 5, Weathering. Today we are going to discuss concept of weathering, mass wasting, erosion, base level of erosion and denudation. Weathering. Weathering is the mechanical disintegration and chemical decomposition of rocks in situ by different weather elements like temperature, humidity, rainfall, and different atmospheric gases at the surface of the earth. Actually, weathering reforms to the processes by which rocks get broken down into small fragments when they are exposed on the land surface. There are different weather elements like temperature, humidity, air pressure which can influence rocks to be broken down. Such fragmentations of rocks can be occurred either by physical changes or by alteration of chemical composition. Physical changes are referred to as mechanical weathering and chemical alteration is known as chemical weathering. In case of weathering, fragmented weather debris are situated in the same region where the parent rocks were located. That's why weathering is occurred in situ position and it remains in the same situation as it was in the earlier stage. There are three types of weathering like mechanical weathering, chemical weathering and biological weathering. Some important features of weathering are: these are static process, it is influenced by different weather elements, weathering rapids up the erosional processes, it modifies landforms gradually. Mass wasting. Disintegrated and fragmented weathered materials sometimes move down the hill slope due to gravitational force and is called mass movement or mass wasting. So, mass movement is the detachment and downslope transport of weathered materials under the influence of gravity. As you can see in this diagram, an object is situated on a definite slope having a certain angle. There are two types of forces are acted on the object in this situation. One is the frictional force which resists the object to move down along the slope, and another one is the gravitational force which is actually trying to pull down the object along the slope depend on the mass of the object. Sometimes gravitational force is greater than the frictional force depend upon the angle. So, by the gravitational force, the object should move down from the top to the basal slope of the hill, and by such process mass wasting is occurred. Mass wasting can be broadly classified into three categories like fall, sliding and flow. Sometimes rock pebbles suddenly fall down from the upper part of the steep slope due to gravity and is known as fall. They can be classified into two types like soil fall and rock fall according to the nature of the object. Sometimes weathered debris roll down along the smooth slope due to gravity and is known as slide. If large pebbles and gravels move down the slope and is known as block gliding. Sometimes soil constituents mixed up with the rocks can also move down the slope and is known as block slumping. Landslide means the part of the earth's surface or mountain slope can be sliding down due to gravitational force. Along a hill slope, weathered debris or soil constituents can move down along with the water, and such mass movement is known as flow. It is mainly of three types like soil creep, talus creep and solifluction. In case of soil and talus creep, soil constituents and fine rock fragments are mixed up with the water and move down along the hill slope and form soil and talus creep respectively. Gentle flow of soil soluble to water is known as solifluction. Erosion: the transportation of weathered rock materials from one place to another by different natural agents like river, glacier, wind or groundwater is known as erosion. By erosion, uneven surface transform into common general level. There is a relationship between weathering, mass wasting and erosion. Weathering can be occurred at the top of the mountain and weathered debris move down along the hill slope due to gravitational action, which is known as mass wasting, and the weathered or mass wasted materials are accumulated at the basal slope of mountain or the foothill of mountain, which can be transported further by any erosional agents like river, glacier, etc. from one place to another and form erosional process. There are some important features of erosion like number 1, these are dynamic in nature. Number 2, main erosional agents of the earth are river along with the glacier, wind, ocean currents, etc. Number 3, apart from weathering, erosion can also be occurred separately. It means any landforms can be eroded by different erosional agents without having weathering on that part of the earth's surface. Number 4, landforms are widely modified by different erosional processes. Base level of erosion: the imaginary line or level up to which any natural agents can erode the topography is known as its base level of erosion. It means the height up to which any erosional agents, for example river, be able to erode is known as its base level. J.W. Powell was the introducer of this concept. Suppose any river is flowing into any sea or ocean, and if we divide its course into upper, middle and lower part, then the river can able to erode its upper and middle course up to the mark line, which can be dragged from the average sea level or MSL. Such dotted lines is known as the base level of that river. Normally, sea level or MSL is marked as the general base level, but sometimes river can also drain out into another river or lakes. In that case, the level of water of the lakes or river is known as the base level of the river. Such base level is called regional base level. For example, Bay of Bengal is the base level of river Ganga and Rann of Kutch is the base level of river Luni. Denudation: the combined action of weathering, mass wasting and erosion gradually decrease the height of any upland and wearing away of rocks so that the underlying rocks are laid bare by erosion is known as denudation. It is slow but continuous process. Actually, denudation is the combined action of weathering, mass wasting and erosion. It acts collectively to wearing away of rocks or surface whereby the underlying rocks are laid bare. So, we can say denudation equals to weathering plus mass wasting plus erosion. Thank you.